Welcome into another video in my series where we're going through and testing all the weapons inside of MW3 to see how viable these weapons are for us to be using inside of our Zombies game mode. This is going to include the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, as well as the MW2 weapons. So if you're new around here and you'd like to see how weapons perform in Call of Duty Zombies, you are definitely in the right place. So make sure you are subscribed with those bell notifications turned on so you're not going to miss out any future uploads from myself. As well, down below in the description you will find the link for my streams. I stream on Mondays and Thursdays, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I stream everything from MW3, the Black Ops 6 beta, all the way through to custom zombie maps and have a ton of fun over there and hope to see you all come and join. Now this weekend, we have the open beta for Black Ops 6 from September 6th to September 9th. Now everybody can play regardless of your platform and regardless if you have pre-ordered. So let me know down below how you are finding week 2 of the Black Ops 6 beta. These are the rewards that you're going to unlock for reaching max level in week 2 of the beta, which is level 30. So let me know which rewards you are excited to unlock through the Black Ops 6 beta and your thoughts and feelings on the Black Ops 6 beta. Today, I played a little bit since the new update. I felt it looked a little bit better, and I felt that they improved the mantling. So that's my thoughts and feelings so far. Now, as the channel is rapidly growing, I want to mention that when the channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, which is unbelievable to even say, we will be doing our 4th Black Ops 6 giveaway on the channel, and it is going to be for a Vault Edition on any platform of your choice. So make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you are commenting and liking on all the videos for your best chances to get into the draw for the Vault Edition of Black Ops 6. Now also, if you're looking for players to help you out with MW3 Zombies, the Zhordecommunity Discord link is down below in the description, and it has been an absolute honor of mine to see the community grow, see you all get into games together, and make new friends. Absolutely amazing. Now in today's video, we're going to be diving in and reviewing a weapon that came from the comment suggestion, and this is something I truly love to do. So thank you so very much for the comment. Now in today's video, we're going to be having a look at the Kastov-74u with a very specific build. So we're going to be taking this through all 3 tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through. So hopefully by the end of today's video, you have a really good feel how the Kastov-74u performs inside of your Zombies game mode. And by the end of the video, after the Dark Aether run, you should be able to make up your mind on whether or not this is a viable weapon for you to be running inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So without further ado, let's get to the Kastov-74u review video today. Welcome into today's video. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. I truly do appreciate that. And today is something that I truly enjoy to do, and that is doing a comment suggestion viewer build. So we're using the Kastov-74u. We have the Mark of the Survivor camo on there, so I'm definitely going to be looking to keep that camo on this weapon for the run. Now, a couple things with this build today. It was specified to use a certain magazine size in correlation with running mags of holding. So I brought mags of holding in, and we will be using it, but not right off the hop, as I was kind of curious to see how this build would perform without mags of holding. Now, if you're new to the channel around here, when I spawn in and do my weapon testing videos on this channel, I put on all of my perks with absolutely no additions to the weapon whatsoever. So we're going to be looking to grab our first bounty contract of the match inside of Tier 1, and we're going to be taking on our Mangler at white rarity with absolutely no additions to this weapon whatsoever. Now, the specific build that I'm running, and the reason why mags of holding was suggested to use on this build is, of course, the magazine size that was picked for the build is 20. So it doesn't hold a lot of ammunition in the magazine, but I did notice that this weapon is doing some substantial critical damage to this bounty in Tier 1, just being white rarity with absolutely no additions to the weapon. Now this bounty took a while, and it's mostly just because of the magazine size. So I definitely understand why this build, you run mags, definitely makes sense to me after taking on our first bounty contract here and reloading just constantly. But the damage output I was seeing on this Mangler was amazing when we were hitting the critical shot. So I was really intrigued and really interested to kind of push on through and continue testing this build to see just how it is inside of our Zombies game. So the next thing to do was to go and visit Pack-a-Punch machine, make sure we melee the machine and that center circle thing turns green before using the Pack-a-Punch machine or your Pack-a-Punch crystals in order to keep your camo on your weapon for the rest of the run. So now we've increased the damage output by 1 on this Kastov-74U, so it was time to grab our second bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1. And we're going to be taking on this bounty contract at white rarity, no ammo mods, and no tools, just Pack-a-Punch with white rarity. And what a dramatic difference in the damage output from just white rarity to only Pack-a-Punch. I was really impressed. Like, that Mangler did not stand a chance. It almost felt like my this next contract we're going to do with Legendary Tool, Pack 1, and an ammo mod on our weapon inside of Tier 1. We are now incredibly overpowered. Now here I was debating on whether or not I should put on the Mags of Holding, but I felt like I would hold off a little bit to continue testing it without it, as I was really enjoying the build. So thank you so much for the build. This has been an absolute joy to run today. I had a ton of fun using this in my match today, so you know, kudos to you for the suggestion. Thank you so very much. We picked up our third and final bounty contract of the day inside of Tier 1, but it got scared on my way over and it self-completed itself. Very frustrating. If that's still happening in your games, let me know, because it definitely still happens in mine. Not as frequent as it used to, but it's still happening, and I wish that would go away. So seeing that, we had to pick up another bounty contract inside of Tier 1 to go and see how this Pack 1 Legendary with an ammo mod, Kastov-74u, would take out a Tier 1 bounty contract, being absolutely incredibly overpowered for being inside of Tier 1 at this damage output. Excuse me. So we went and picked up our last Mangler bounty contract inside of Tier 1, and yeah, we just evaporated him. Now with the 20 round magazine Pack-a-Punching it, you get 40 rounds in your clip, which was, you know, good to see. So seeing how this build had been performing across all of our bounty contracts inside of Tier 1, I wanted to head into Tier 2 without increasing any damage output, without making a beeline for Pack-a-Punch, and seeing how this build at this damage output would handle a Tier 2 bounty contract. Now, in the middle of this Disciple is where I felt the need to throw on Mags of Holding, as I definitely wasn't going to be reloading on just constantly dealing with the Disciple, with its ability to heal off of me while I'm reloading. So during this fight is when I equipped Mags of Holding. So we put that on, but I mean, you can see the damage of what I was doing before I put Mags of Holding on right here. It was definitely doing substantial critical damage to that Disciple. I mean, I was feeling confident about it. I just didn't want this fight to drag on because of the healing ability. Every time I was reloading, the Disciple, this fight would have dragged on much longer than it needed to. Plus, at this point, I was feeling like wasn't really honoring the build, as it did specify to run Mags of Holding. So we put them on, finished off that bounty contract inside of Tier 2 without much issue. Now, if you come to this location on your map inside of Tier 2, right here, D2, inside of the tunnel, is one of the new Tier 2 reward triangles that you can do. Now, this tunnel can be a spore area like you see in this run right here. It can also not be, so you want to come in and you want to shoot your symbols. And the three of them, you can hear them around, and then that'll activate the triangle for you. And then you want to go and turn on the triangle to activate this so that you can fill up the soul box by running over here and laying prone in front of the triangle. And you can see the position to be in to activate it as I move forward here. So you can see just on the left side, that light thing has got lines on it. As soon as they lined up with the rest of the triangle, it would activate right there. And if you need camos, for example, you need manglers for camos, this reward triangle spawns in a boatload of manglers. So if you're looking to get that done, this might be a great way for you to knock out some of the contracts. Of course, it's going to be a bit of a race, as other players might be here and might have already used this triangle. But just thought I'd show you guys this one here. There's a way to get some other loot besides going to the 3 triangles inside of Tier 3. So we finished off this one here. I got a PAP 2 and an Epic Tool. Not too bad. And one of the manglers dropped me a stam-up can. So I wasn't complaining about that at all. And then I wanted to check the loot because there's like a storage area here inside of the tunnel in D2. And when you clear out the infested, I guess it's just infested spore, or the biggest spore area. I'm not sure what this area is called, but you can get through to these loot caches here and see if you've got any good loot out of it. It was giving me a boatload of self-revives. I'm not sure what this game is trying to tell me, but, you know, we took advantage of it. I'm not going to turn down self-revives. We did drop one here because I wanted to pick up the Casimir. Those are so nice to have. I was also hoping that I might be able to grab an Elder Sigil, or sorry, a Sigil, and get into the Dark Aether to replace the Mags of Holding that I used on this run. So here we are pushing into Tier 3 now, seeing how well this Kastov-74u build had performed across Tier 1, across Tier 2, doing reward ritual in Tier 2, taking out a whole ton of manglers. I wasn't feeling stressed, feeling like the damage output on this build was substantial and gave me the confidence to kind of just push on through, you know, as the threats to the higher threats in this match. I was not really concerned about not being able to dish out enough damage. Like this weapon dishes out a ton of damage with this build. Also, I will say the movement speed on this was really good. I did not feel like a slug at all using this. And where did all these zombies come from? Like, what the heck? Also, running Tier 3 without plates is mucho no bueno. I'm just going to drop that and say. So now I wanted to round up a large horde of zombies inside of Tier 3 and see how well does this weapon perform at pack level 2 legendary with an ammo mod for crowd control. Now, it does really well for crowd control. I took a ridiculous down here because of my silly self not bothering to grab plates or chase down plates before I did the crowd control test. So that's on me, but this definitely dishes out a ton of damage. As I was backing up here, I started getting zombies coming in from behind me, and then I think it's right here, I took it down. The ones from behind, activated healing aura, and just, yeah, got completely wrecked. So that was a silly down, but, you know, don't let it bother you. We had picked up an absolutely insane amount of self-revives, as you saw in that reward ritual and all those loot caches. So I wasn't too concerned about that down. Just get back up and, you know, get back into the fight. Now here I was trying to grab some plates so that I didn't have to deal with that issue again. And then I finished off the crowd control here at Pack-a-Punch 2 with an ammo mod and legendary tool on this Kastov-74u build. So definitely amazing damage. I mean, you can see the carnage from the crowd control at only Pack-a-Punch level 2 inside of Tier 3. So at this point, I was feeling really confident and wanted to throw on the final damage output increase that we can do to this weapon, which was throw on my Pack-a-Punch 3 crystal I bring in. And then it was time to show Zhorde, the Garden of the Arches, our new build. Hey George, check this out. One of the comments in our videos has suggested we use this video or this weapon for you. What do you think, George? I don't think he was pleased at all. He came right over, tried to chompy and stompy, and yeah, George was not liking this. So unfortunately, I have to say this weapon suggestion is a F for George. He does not like this. So unfortunately, that's an F there. But the damage output that you're able to do with this build on critical shots on a Mega Abomination inside of Tier 3 is amazing. Is absolutely amazing. I felt completely confident being able to deal with standard HVTs inside of Tier 3. As you see right here, we just evaporated that Disciple in front of us, which was awesome. We've got George here playing Ring Around the Patio Furniture, which is good fun. Also, I noticed he was about to glitch into the stairs again right here as he started being slide the glide and was making his way into the stairs. So I pushed over to this side to kind of trigger George to come out of the stairs, as I certainly wanted to be able to grab the loot. Threw a thermite into George right there, and then we made it up top here to try and grab some verticality, but for some reason my grapple onto that rope did not trigger. I don't know what happened. Like I hit the button for myself, but I don't know, maybe it was too late. And then where did those zombies come from? Like, what the heck? Got totally wrecked at the path. Again, I guess the game knew what was coming, and that's why I was given all of the self-revives. But like I tell, you know, a lot of people when you play this game, don't let a down bother you. Don't let it ruin your run. It happens to everybody. You get yourself back up. You're not going to lose any perks or anything like that. So just, you know, pop your self-revive, get back in the fight, and you will be good to go. And then George here fired up his last laser attack at me, and I was trying to pull him away from, you know, the crowd control here. I'm still trying to kind of thin them out so that I can just focus fire and finish off George. He's so close to being done at this point. He's got under half of his health bar left, and we are just, you know, evaporating that health bar even further, shooting shots into the critical shots for Zhorde. But definitely a really, really fun build to use. I like the movement speed on it, and it definitely felt like the recoil was controllable, and the damage output is remarkable. We were able to finish off Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, right there. And like I said, that fight, I didn't really feel too stressed in any situation, in any of the tiers inside of this game using this build. So that is definitely awesome, and definitely something that I think we can all run inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So absolutely amazing. Now again, one more time to show you just how epic these circuit turret boards and these circuit turrets are. So we have our Bathhouse Bouncer, Mega Abomination in the area, 100% full of health. There is an absolute boatload of crowd control and congestion in the area, and we fired up our circuit turret board into the circuit turret, which gives us 2 minutes of that circuit turret firing away. And like, I just ran around to show all of you how fast this will just delete the absolute everything in front of you. I mean, the crowd control is going. There's a standard HVT, a Mimic in the area. We had a Mega Abomination HVT in the area, gone. You can see it just, you know, like aimbotting absolutely everything. It's insane. Look at this. It is so completely strong and OP. But definitely, I think, if not one of the strongest things inside of the game, aside from, you know, like weapons and stuff that we can bring in, I feel like these are definitely here for us to use to help out. I mean, it cleared all of that for me. I had no issues with the crowd control at all. Put in one circuit turret board, clear everything out. That gave me the opportunity to visit the buy station because I had picked up a sigil. So at this point, I wanted to load up and get off into the Season 2 Dark Aether to see if I can replenish the mags of holding that I had used on this build for today. So we went and got ourselves some decoys for the Aether Extractor contract. I got myself some sentry guns for the holdout in the P&D contract, and I bought a jug suit to deal with our bounty contract inside of Tier 3. Now, unfortunately, there was nobody around, and going into the Dark Aether, I did not have time, as the gas was on its way, to find somebody to drop off the ray gun schematic to. I felt kind of bad about that, but I definitely wanted to head off into the Dark Aether, and we were running out of time. So we made it over to the Season 2 Dark Aether portal. If you're wondering which one that is, the Season 2 Dark Aether portal is here on top of the hill. So here we are, made it into the Dark Aether for Season 2, pick up our first bounty contract, and that is going to be our Mega Abomination bounty contract. So we made a beeline over to the Mega Abomination and dropped the jug suit down, and we pulled myself out of the gas. The Mega Abomination was really far in towards the gas today. So I wanted to kind of move him out and get some of the crowd control to come, you know, out as I go down and grab the jug suit. So jug suit drops down, Mega Abomination fired up his laser attack, which was perfect, turned around here, and the sheer volume of zombies that came at me while I had the jug suit on, I almost died with the jug suit, which is ridiculous. And I was unable to finish off the Mega Abomination bounty contract with one jug suit, which I don't think I've seen happen to myself inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether. Very often, if at all. Usually one jug suit and you can finish off this Mega Abomination without much issue. But you can see here, we did not finish him off. Thank goodness when I got out of the jug suit, I didn't take it down. A couple shots in with the Kastov-74u, and that Mega Abomination was done. We got a VR11 case out of that and another self-revive. I swear, this game is telling me. I think that's like 8. I don't even know. Let me know in the comments if you counted how many self-revives I picked up during this match, because it was an awful lot. So then we grabbed the P&D, the Outlast contract. There's ammo cache right there before the P&D contract, so make sure you stop there and pick up whatever it is you need before activating your P&D contract. Put out a decoy so that I can get my sentry turret down inside of the P&D contract to help out. And then while the decoy is active, it's time to get there and activate the P&D contract. And then I equipped my second sentry turret to drop down inside of the Outlast contract right here to help out. And then, you know, my trick for in here when I'm running solo so I don't get overwhelmed, I spend a lot of the time actually just moving around and climbing up over and back over these countertops, as the zombies have to go around them. So it gives you kind of some room to breathe, some room to move, a few seconds without, the zombies constantly, hitting you and taking damage and removing your shields. And then when the contract completes, everything deletes. We got mags of holding out of there, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't need the epic tool, so we left that behind. And then it was time to grab the final contract inside of the Season 2 Dark Aether, which is the Aether Extractor contract. Now this one here, I wanted to show you guys exactly how I do it as a solo player using 3 Kazmirs. So I fire one so that it spawns kind of right next to the Aether Extractor, and then we go ahead and activate that while my Kazmir is going, and that's the first one done right there. Now I knew there was a whole insane amount of riffraff coming towards me, so that's why I dipped out and went around the building on choosing the route I did here, because I just knew there was a whole ton of riffraff that was going to be coming at me. So then we make it over to our second Aether Extractor. I throw my Kazmir down right here, almost get cornered, but the Kazmir frees me. We come over and we activate the Aether Extractor right here while we're getting slapped by a Mangler, and the Kazmir keeps me protected for that, so we're able to complete that one. And then it's off to the third and final Aether Extractor. Again, throw a Kazmir right next to it, and then go ahead and activate your Aether Extractor. You should be able to finish that before your Kazmir runs out. And then I went and switched and equipped my decoy that I have so I could throw that out and just get into the final reward rift to grab my loot. Although the Mangler in the area wasn't exactly pleased about me getting in here. He said, no, that Mags of Holding's mine. I said, no, it's mine. I took it, and we made a beeline for the exfil. Truly amazing weapon suggestion today. Thank you so very much. I had an absolute blast running this one today. So much fun, and truly awesome loot out of that run. I was pretty pleased with everything that we managed to take out of there. We got a couple mags of holding, which is always good to see. We got a VR case, so no complaints from me on that. Now, as always, at the end of my videos, this is the build that I was given to run on the Kastov-74u. It was very specific with all 5 attachments mentioned. So this is exactly what I put on the weapon. Thank you so very much. If you have any changes on the build, let's work together down in the comments section to make that happen. The camo that I was running is the Mark of the Survivor, which you get for surviving all 5 waves of the Unstable Rift. And after this, I will show you the blueprint, that I was using on the Kastov-74u for today's video. But again, don't forget to be subscribed, liking, and commenting on the videos for your best chance to get in for the Black Ops 6 Vault Edition giveaway. Other than that, thanks so much for tuning in today, and we'll catch you in the next one.